Shanti. A very good evening to all of you. सो जिनको भी ये सेशन हिंदी में सुनना है वो जूम पर इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑप्शन में आप अपनी हिंदी लैंग्वेज सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं तो आपको हिंदी में सेशन मिलेगा. So if you have any question while listening to this session, maybe you can write down those questions maybe in the chat, or maybe you can ask maybe at the end of the session. Okay. So today's topic is a very interesting one. Stop reacting and start responding. And I think we will find that most of the people tend to react, right? And reaction is always impulsive. And sometimes people have so much impatience that even before you finish your idea, finish your sharing, the other person will just jump into it, right? And react in a negative way, or sometimes maybe start giving you advice, right? So why people react? What is the reason behind that? And which one is better? Reaction is better, or responding is better? Right? We find that reaction takes place because people think that it is normal, right? For tit for tat. Whatever someone has done to me, I will do the same to them. And we think that it is a norm, or it is fine, absolutely fine. If someone became angry on me, it is absolutely fine to become angry on them. But it is not being sensible, I would say, right? So what is and why I react when situation comes? And many times, like you interact with people, at that time there is a reaction, or it could be a situation which you are not able to control, which you are not able to handle. At that time, reaction becomes very normal, right? And we react. And when we react, if you are sensible, if you are aware what you have done, most of the time we then regret or repent, because sometimes I would have said something which has caused sorrow to someone, and I will realize it later. Or I would do something which is not right. At that moment, maybe I lost my control and I did something, and later on I repent. Right? So it is very obvious that when you react, it is only because I was not able to handle the situation in a right way. I was not able to handle how things came at me, right? And if you look little bit more deeper, you will find that reaction takes place when I react, right? If you look at yourself, that when I have reacted to a person or to a situation, you will find that when I feel low, at that time it becomes very obvious or very easy to react, isn't it? And the reaction takes place only because, like, say for example, the things doesn't go the way I am thinking. A reaction can take place, right? the things way I have planned, if doesn't happen, then I will be unhappy with myself. Sometimes I will talk to myself, and I will talk to myself in such a way that people will know that something has gone wrong. Right? So reaction happens at many different levels. It happens at an emotional level, subconscious level, or at conscious level also. But understand that if the reaction is in the physical form, definitely it has happened because it has affected you emotionally or at a subconscious level, right? And you will find that reaction always generally takes place when the person has an ego, right? Someone will give an advice to someone, and that person thinks that, oh, I'm knowledgeable or I know everything. That person will be hurt, right? And will react, oh, don't give me advice, I know, right? So many times that can happen. Why? Because my ego is hurt. And that is why, without even thinking that what could be an outcome of it, what could be a repercussion of it, but I will just try to defend myself by maybe saying wrong words, right? Or the intention could be good, but it will come out very negative in a way because you didn't like something, you didn't expect something, and that's where there is a reaction, right? And the other side of it is responding, then, right? So, what is responding? So, do I have an habit of reacting, or do I have an habit of responding? Right? So, response is, I would say, positive, while reaction is more negative. And it is nothing but, it is not the situation or the person which is making you respond or react. What it is then? It is you actually. The way I think, the way I believe, the way I have perspective, based on that, I will be reactive or I would be responsive. And response would be how? Reaction is impulsive. What is response? Response is where you will find that the person has taken time to ponder. Person has tried to evaluate the situation. Person has tried to understand what is going on. And after that, whatever you do is actually a response, right? And response will create a positive impact. Positive impact to myself and also positive impact to the situation or the people whom I am going through, right? So, what it shows, if I am reacting or responding, what it shows my mental ability, right? My state of consciousness, right? And you can check your life also. You will find that when you are really, really very happy, really very content for whatever has happened or whatever you have accomplished, then you will be more like responsive, right? Someone said something, you will say, okay, it's fine. Maybe that person is not in a good mood and that person did. So it's okay, right? So it is a good response. You did not react, right? And sometimes, if I am not in a good mood, I am agitated for something else, and then the same thing happens. What will happen? I will react, right? So it is my personality, my perspective, my behavior, my general behavior, my normal way of looking at things that will make the shift between reaction and and being responsive, right? And we as a human being, we come across many situations every day, right? Is there anyone who says that, oh, my life is very smooth, I really know what happens in my life, and there are no unknown things in my life? Is there anyone who can say that? Right? So you are always, hmm, you always come across something or another, isn't it? Because things just happen suddenly in life, right? It could be moments of happiness, or it could be moments of struggle, or it could be moments of sorrow. Everything comes suddenly. It doesn't give you time. Does it give you time? That, okay, this is a bad situation, I give you some time. It doesn't happen like that, right? So life comes at you at any given time, right? So what I have to do if I want to be always responsive, right? Or reaction is fine. Sometimes reaction is fine. If it is too much, the situation is too much, then reaction is okay. Who thinks that? Is there anyone who thinks that, yeah, reaction is okay sometimes? Hmm? Do you think of any situation where do you think, yeah, I have to react? Hmm? So, so yeah, I think all of you would agree, right? That I always have to respond, no matter what the situation is, right? And response doesn't mean that I always have to be very peaceful, right? Sometimes I may have to use strong words, but with that stability, I have to say it, right? Something is wrong. You have to be very firm with your answer, right? So that is response, right? So whatever you believe in and then you do it, that is a response, right? And you are firm about it. You are not stubborn, right? So there is this, so that firmness is coming from an understanding that this is right and I have to hold on to that. Right. And it is the other side of it. If I am negative, then what will happen? If I have ego, if I am something not right, even then what will happen? Then also I hold on to certain things, isn't it? But that is stubbornness, right? Which will create loss to yourself. Right? Say, for example, if I am not in a good mood for whatever reason, and I go back home, and then someone tells me, okay, let's eat together. And at that time, if you are not in a good mood, what you will do? You will say, no, I am not hungry. Even though you are hungry, you will show yourself, oh, I am not hungry. You will tell them, right, and not eat, right? So so that when I am holding on to something, holding my emotions and all, then yeah, that could be another kind of it. So I definitely we can relate from the experience of what it is, whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, right? And so did I handle that situation in a right way? Did I react or respond in this situation? What I did by not eating, what I did, right? I reacted actually, right? I did not react to someone else. I reacted to my own self, right? And caused suffering to my own self, right? So a reaction can be to anyone actually, right? to myself, to my loved ones, maybe to work. It can affect, it will give a wrong impact to something or another for sure when I am not in a positive mind frame, right? And so it is. And right now we are living in the world where you will find these reactions at many different places. You will find reaction at home, by sometimes children react, adults react. You will find at public places, you will find people come into argument for little things, like commute, train station for something, right? So you will find reaction happens at every moment, because right now we don't know how to condition our mind, how to make my mind positive. So little things can make me uneasy, uncomfortable. And then definitely what would be the response to it? Definitely a reaction, right? So a reaction is generally by a weak mind. When I am reacting, understand that my level of energy is down. That is why I am reacting. That is why I am agitated. That is why I am irritated, because of small things. I hold on to certain things, right? This thing happened, that was not good. This person did not do this right. I hold on to these things will make me more vulnerable. And then small things happen in our life and I will blast, right? Because I have not handled my emotions very well. I have not let it go. I have not channelized it. And what I'm doing is I'm carrying that burden of little things which are happening in my day-to-day life, and that will create heaviness. And then when I will react to all the things, right? And then what I feel, then I repent. Oh, I should not have done this. I should not have said this, right? We all say that. So why go into all these things, right? Instead of reaction, what you do is, before even you react to a situation, right? What you do is pause. Pause for a moment. And then try to give a response, right? And the pause is like, what is a pause here? A pause here is seeing the same thing in a positive light. It is like putting a feet in another person's shoe, trying to understand or evaluate a situation, that why this is happening, why someone is unhappy, why person is saying like this, right? When someone will do something wrong, when someone is pissed off, when someone is irritated, when they are feeling low, that is why, isn't it? So if someone is feeling low, what is my duty? If someone is feeling low, not feeling good, if he is feeling unhappy, what is my duty to do? Right? To support, right? Someone who is weak, right? Someone cannot walk properly, what do? You help, give a hand, right? Someone blind person wants to cross a road, you see, what do? Help them to cross, right? Isn't it? So when you see these kind of situations, what is I should not react. Why they are like this? Why they are insulting me or disrespecting me? Understand that they are weak at this time. Understand that they need support at this time. They need love at this time. If I just bring this empathy, what will happen? The habit of reacting will transform into a response. Right? How can I help you? That will come then, isn't it? What if this thing happens every day then? Say, for example, every time this thing happens, every time that person is frustrated, every time this person is blaming me, then what I will do? Hmm? Then what I will do? How you will how you will react to that, or how you will respond to that? What you will do? Reaction will come because I was nice 10 times, 20 times, 25 times, but enough is enough. That is what you will do. What you will do? Why that person is doing it again and again? Because that person is really, really weak, very weak. So, what I need to do is give more support, give more love, isn't it? But what we do, if I look at superficially that situation, then you will think, oh, how much I have to tolerate, how much I have to do this, and then you react. 10 times you have responded, 11th time you have reacted, right? So bring these beautiful qualities which we have. Understand that it is happening only because that person is weak. That is why he is doing. And if third person is someone else is looking at the same situation, how that person will also take? Hmm? That person will also know that that person is weak and he did not respond. In that third person's image, what would be my image if I have responded patiently and not reacted? How the third person will see me? With respect, with dignity, right? Because what is easier? Hmm? Impulsive response is easier, or you think, evaluate, understand, and then respond is easier? What is easier? Reaction is more easier, right? Right? And so response will definitely take some effort on your side to evaluate. And that is a sign of a wise being, right? Not giving away my control, not losing my temper, not giving up, right? That is what you all want to do, right? So if you want to do that, then what you do is pause, right? Understand why it is happening. And it's okay. At that moment, you may feel that I am being insulted or my ego is hurt. But at that time, just be in your self respect, right? And someone is doing something to me, it is not really that person is doing something to me. It is because that person is not able to handle their emotions, and that is why that person is saying to me. It is that person's own perspective. It is nothing to do with me, right? Because I generally say that, which I have understood after practicing meditation and all, that it is always like, because many things I also don't know about myself, right? And so it takes time to understand even my feelings, my emotions, my perception. It takes time. How can another person can see my feelings and my attitude? They cannot, right? So somewhere, whatever they are doing, it is because of their perception. It is nothing to do with you. And so don't be offended by it. Someone is doing something, don't feel that, because most of the time what we do, we take it very easily. Oh, this one, the one who is loving me, he's saying this, and we become very disheartened. Why? Because we value others' opinion, others' comment more than our own self. Is it fair if I'm valuing others' opinion more than mine? Right? So definitely I need to be honest to myself and evaluate. But definitely you will be in a better position to know your own feelings, your own perspective, right? Not the other person. And so never feel offended by that. And if you don't feel offended, then I think your probability of response will be much more higher. Right? So always see situations in your own way. And for that, what I need is to always believe in this thing, which has helped me a lot, is, this, there's a saying in Gita, right? Whatever has happened for good. Whatever is happening for good. And whatever is going to happen is going to happen for good. These allows you to be stress free and give that hope in life that, yeah, something good is going to come. And so I don't accept defeat very easily. I don't accept, or I don't quickly judge that, oh, because of this situation, maybe I am not worthy. Because this person said something to me, gave a remark to me, I am nothing. Because that is what happens, right? That when I have low self esteem, then someone says something to me, and then I will say, oh, I know I am not worth anything. Right? I don't have any value. Or many times you will find in the family people saying that, oh, I know no one values me. No one cares about me. You will find these. Why? Because certain things I am seeing from a wrong perspective, and that is why I am feeling so low. But I have to raise that bar, right? By respecting my own self. And when I respect myself, then I think the response which you will give, whatever situations come into your life, you will be more responsive then. And you will feel more responsible that whatever I do, I have to see that I create a very positive impact. If the situation is there, I have to respond positively. If people are asking me something, saying something, I have to give a positive response to that too. Right? And when I respond, what will happen? What will happen? And when I react, what will happen? What is the outcome of it? When I react and when I respond, you will find that when you react, what will happen? There will be confusion in relationship. There could be misunderstanding in relationship, and relationship could be in the family, maybe at work, right? It could be at various levels, right? When I react and when I respond, what will happen? Relationship will become more stronger. There would be good understanding between two, right? So we will give, based on understanding, the faith in the relationship will also increase. So responding will help, right, to grow the relationship. Right? So it is very important. Right now, otherwise, you will find the relationships are very weak. Oh, this one did this to me, and so I'm not going to talk. What is it? It's a reaction to it. Right? Did I try to understand that why that person said something like that? Did you try to clarify? Did I have that much patience? So you will find that when you use these qualities of patience, understanding, then anything difficult, most difficult, complicated things can be resolved too, by having a goodwill and having an open mind. So if I start responding, you will see that within no time, the perspective towards life will change. You will live a very happy, fruitful life, a purposeful life when I respond. Right? And it is also why I should respond. It is if I believe in karma, then also I have to respond. Right? I have to do positive, no matter what is being thrown at me, but I have to do good. Right? So So these are enough reasons to understand and inspire yourself that let me handle the situations and respond to those situations and not react. Let me be master of myself and channelize my energy in that way. Right. With this, let's go into the meditation reflection. Right. And after that, if you have any questions, maybe I will be happy to answer them. Om Shanti. Visualize yourself sitting in a very comfortable position and being hopeful towards life. Keeping this awareness that whatever has happened for good, whatever is happening for good, and whatever will also happen for good. And with this positive outlook towards life, I have to see myself. When I see life with this positivity, I empower my mind. I become stable. This stability is required to deal with day-to-day situations in life. I know that I have immense capacity of handling situations. My mind is very powerful. And I know the potential of the mind. That when I create positive thoughts and positive feelings, my ability increases. I am a peaceful, powerful being. I can create my destiny. And destiny is created by my elevated behavior. Behavior comes from a right kind of attitude. I promise myself that I will always see things in a positive light. This allows me to be optimistic and hopeful. I promise to myself that I will always respond. Having self-respect, I will evaluate situations and then respond. I love myself. Seeing the speciality in me, I love myself. There is sense of purpose when I see myself having a speciality and using that speciality in my day-to-day life. So identify what you are good at. Ask yourself, who am I? Am I having patience? Am I calm? Am I determined? Am I courageous? Am I cooperative? Identify yourself with some quality, speciality. When I see myself with speciality, I respect myself. I value myself. And when I respect and value myself, I will respect others. I will value others. The way you see yourself is the way you will see others. Continue to see yourself with your speciality and see where I can use this speciality to beautify my life. Does anyone have any question? Okay. You will be unmuted and then you can ask. Hello.
I have a question.
Sure.
That if something happened, any harsh feeling happened in the relationship long time ago,
Okay.
and it's getting better, but it's not normal like before. What can we do to make it? I know we should be responding at the situation, at the time of the situation, but both sides, it was done something wrong.
Right.
So how can we correct that?
What you can correct is correct from your side, right? Because we cannot correct others. That what we can do is correct ourselves, right? So one is, yeah, if I regret whatever I have done, that is also a positive sign, right? That at least you understood that I understood that, oh, I did something wrong. So definitely next time, similar kind of situation, you will be definitely better because now you realized it and you are feeling guilty about it, right? So that is one thing. And the other thing is like, okay, if I've done something wrong, to make it in balance, what I need to do is I have to have more positive feelings for that individual, right? And what I can say is like sometimes maybe I feel guilty about it, but I don't have that much courage to say that I'm sorry to the other person. Then also it can stay, right? So if I feel that if I'm courageous enough and transparent enough, then maybe I will make that bold move also. Even though how that person will take, that's immaterial. But at least I'm clear from my side that I feel bad about it, and that is why I'm communicating. So this is another way of dealing with it. And the third thing is give, like what I said earlier, is give a lot of good wishes to that individual, right? To balance it off of whatever I said, and because of that, that hurt has been created in someone's heart. So I have to keep on giving that good wishes. If I would be you, I would have done that. So that you come to some agreement, you will feel okay about it then. Whether that person takes it positive or not, that is that person's take, but at least I can do from my side. And if that person is also more understanding, then the situation can be resolved then. I hope you got your answer.
Yes, thank you. I've been praying for that, and every day in the morning in the Brahma
Yes.
Muhurt,
Okay.
I send some good vibration from the God, the
Okay.
Ashirwad, to
Okay.
that person, that God give them the Sadbuddhi
Okay.
and make them more powerful and peaceful.
Very good. Very good. I think that's the right approach.
Thank you.
Very good. Yeah. Another right brother has a question. Yes.
Yes, peace. How you doing? My name is True, and I have two scenarios that I would like assistance. I just want to say today's conversation was very powerful. When I was young, I had anger issues, and I wish I would have heard this conversation when I was younger. I used to get in a lot of fights and stuff. But the first scenario is my ex-wife. She has um she has tried to go like on a negative smear campaign about me, even to my children. It's to the point that even her current boyfriend even told her like, listen, you got to stop talking about him or I'm going to leave you. That's how real it is. And I definitely try to practice some of the things you mentioned as far as like being compassionate, understanding that she's hurt, I tried to be very nice to her. I tried to like cooperate. And it seems like the nicer I am, the
Hmm.
more she tries to become more of a bully.
Mm-hmm.
So I I realized that I have to play with almost like fire with fire, although I don't want to.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to know, that's the first scenario. And the second thing is I realized that I react and I am at the weakest when there's people around. So let's say, like, for example, if my current wife now, if she says something in front of our children that maybe I don't like, I feel embarrassed or I feel ashamed, and I almost feel like I have to stand up for myself, or the people around, whether it's my children or whoever, are going to think I'm like a punk or something. So I wanted to know if you can speak to that as well. Thank you.
Okay. So I covered it, I think, little bit in the session itself, that it is like if someone is really, really mean, right, or someone is not really even considering my feelings and my respect and all of that, right? So yes, like you can be very cooperative, you don't react to it, but sometimes you will find that okay, if I do that, people take, sometimes you may feel that it be other person takes advantage of it. So the other thing which you can do is like certain things you can share, right? Like very, very nicely you can say the same thing, that okay, don't say this in front of kids, this is not right. And whatever it is, maybe we can sort it out, right, when we are alone or something like that, so that there is no wrong impact. So see, we can try this. We You can say that, right? You can be very firm, but again very respectful, because you will find that when we say it, right, like hurting someone, they are not in a capacity of accepting whatever the other person is saying, because the first feeling which they get is very negative, and so no one will take that, even though you are someone is 100% right. So the way, if you want to communicate, you have to communicate being very respectful and being very firm, right? So that is one way of doing it. And as I said, right, on the worst scenario, like you can tell that, yeah, don't tell in front of kids and all, right? Because that there is an impact on the child's mental health and all of that, right? That parents are fighting and all what not. But the other thing is, like, say for example, that also doesn't work out. Then, as I said, that the person who is getting angry or saying wrong things, abusing or whatever, if you don't say anything, even I would say kids will also understand that here my mom is wrong and my dad is quiet and dad is right. Okay, because you are not reacting back. So then anyone will know it, right? That who is on the right side and who is on the wrong side, right? So don't feel, but that, see, that happens impulsive because you feel that okay, maybe if someone tells me okay, I will take it, but if it is told in front of 10 people, 100 people, then what I will feel that, oh, I am put down. But it is nothing like that. As I said, that it is that person will evaluate that person, that that person was really not nice or very obnoxious or like that, right? So let people evaluate and don't worry about that you have been disrespected. Don't feel that, because it is all into people's mind. It is nothing about you, right? So if you see it from that perspective, you will not feel hurt, right? So you can try that. Yeah, I know these situations are difficult. It is easy to say, but it is very difficult to put it into practice. But if you hold on to this, if you believe in yourself, then you will be able to go through it with peace, with patience, because it is the person who is doing that, and it is that person is really, really weak, and that is why that person is doing it. So if you again see it from that perspective, then again there will be empathy for them. And I see that sometimes you may feel that it sounds very weird, but if you do that, actually what you are doing is you are empowering yourself. You are not becoming weak by someone disrespecting me or saying certain things which are not nice. But the more you are able to, so there is another way of looking at this thing is many times we say like, the way I would explain is like, say for example you watch a movie or anything on a TV, right? You know that it is imaginary, it is not real, it is artificial, and so you see everything, but you are completely detached with it, right? There are no emotions attached with it. In the same way, here we tell at Brahma Kumaris that see it as a drama, that someone is behaving, someone is playing a villain role. What that person will do, something definitely damaging, something destructive. So if you detach yourself from that, oh, I am being told, detach yourself from that, see it as a third person, that this person is telling something to this one. So see, make yourself detached from it and see it. This will give you a lot of courage to face this kind of a situation. Means you will not feel hurt, you will not be very emotional, and if you see it as a detached observer. So these are the few things which you can try it out. Right. But it is definitely that one's for that person's mentality, perspective, whatever it is, and that person is somewhere really, really unhappy, and that is why that person is doing so. So have pity on that soul. Okay, then you will be empowered, because if you are empowered, then only you can give someone something, right? So when you have pity, mercy, then you will be able to easily forgive. Okay, so try these different things. Try one, then try second time that happens, try the second method. Keep on trying that. Okay, because I have to deal with it. So prepare yourself that, yeah, I have to deal with it. Because see, what we have is we have control over our thoughts, our feelings, our behavior. We don't have control over others, right? So I have to handle myself. If I handle myself, I think that's all I can do, and that is more than enough. Just I have to handle myself. Don't try to handle them. Don't try to change them. They are not going to change, right? So I have to change. So what change I can bring, which cannot affect me, which should not hurt me, but at the same time it can protect me, right? So when I stay in my own self-respect, like say for example, whatever you are doing for your kids, whatever you are doing for the family, and that is, so you have to tell to yourself that what am I doing, and be valuing that, right? So if you do that, then when someone says something, I will not be easily come down, right? I will not feel low, because I see myself in my true self respect, and do it genuinely. The more you do it genuinely, with an honest heart, with a pure heart, the more your self-respect will boost. Okay. So try this or any of these methods. If you think, yeah, this makes sense, then yeah, put it into practice. I hope you got some insight from this. Anyone else? Anything? Okay. So thank you very much. So we are starting a meditation course. It is called Raj Yoga meditation course. Starting this weekend, Saturday, 8th June, 11:30 to 1. So because these are all like deep spiritual principles, and if the more I understand, practice, you will find that you are empowering yourself spiritually, and so that you can handle any situation. So, if you have not done this Raj Yoga meditation, and if you are available, I would really encourage all of you to maybe attend this session, right? 11:30 to 1. It is in person at 4500 New Brunswick Avenue, Piscataway. Okay. And it is in Hindi and English, two languages we are offering to this time. Okay, so feel free to join that, or else you can come back again next Tuesday for another experiential meditation. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you. Om Shanti.